Alright, final level. Here we go. Oh, Great Pyramid. This is our final destination. All that I can tell you is run to the pyramid and good luck. And apparently all these little things are from our like people. Oh, you started it without me. I was reading like the information.
Oh, I thought you said continue. Like, all right, start the level.
Well, I hit continue the first one. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No,
I
it's
never
fine. It's
know.
fine. Okay, well, we were talking. We took a pretty long break, and we talked about a lot of stuff, and we went on a tangent that we shouldn't have gone on. But he wanted to talk. We wanted to talk about two things. First, he wanted to shed his experience or opinion of the new Batman series.
All right, so
and keep in mind he hasn't seen the new one.
I haven't seen the third one yet. So I think that it's probably the best Batman. No, it is the best Batman movies, right? But I just want to talk about why I think the first Batman, like of the series, what was it called? Batman Returns or whatever. Begins is better than the Dark Knight. Okay.
And oh, by the way, I agree with Pete. Just saying. Because I didn't know what he was going to say, and I'm sure he probably waited because he thought I might think, oh, Batman Begins sucks and Dark Knight's amazing. But no, I agree with Pete. Batman Begins is better than Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Dark Knight is carried by one performance. Story-wise, it's pretty obnoxious. Anyways, continue.
So, why I think Batman Begins is brilliant. And this is, I guess it's gonna sound a little hipster, but like, I promise you, I don't know anything about film, you know? Like, I don't claim to be like, oh yeah, this is the act, and this is why that, like,
yeah.
I don't know any of that shit. It's just like,
although he is an excellent writer and has written many a short film.
Yeah, I guess so, but like, I don't really like study film, I guess.
You think Quentin Tarantino studied film? No, he watched a bunch of movies. Okay.
Wait, we need to take a quick pause. 1 second.
Why?
We need to. Bathroom emergency.
Oh, really? Okay, so Peep had to poop. He had to make a Peep poop.
I had to poo so bad.
Sounds like a robot. Peep poop.
Poop 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 poop. Yeah, it was like distracting, man.
It was like you're trying to complete it, so it's like, yeah, Batman is I'm sorry.
I had to get out of my system.
All right, we were talking about Batman, and you were gonna say why Batman Begins is better than Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Go.
But like I said, my disclaimer, like, if like I just like I'm not like super well read into film or whatever. Like,
so if you're a film major and you're gonna be like, well, here's why Dark Knight was better with, you know, like
like then in that case you're probably right. But this is just my opinion. So what I really like about Batman Begins is that, well, like, let me put it this way: have you ever played the game Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham City?
I've played Arkham Asylum all the way through, and I played. Actually, you know what? I did not play Arkham Asylum all the way through. I got to literally there's like this fight with like one of the Bane dudes or something, and then like you go through like one hallway, and then you fight the Joker. And I couldn't beat that one Bane dude, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'm not gonna beat the game if I can't beat this guy who's so early on in the game. When really, I was literally one room away from beating the game.
You should beat it. It's
well, no, I mean, I played it on console, so I'd have to play it again.
Oh, okay.
And I know what happens because I've seen the playthroughs, and I feel like the boss fight sucked. Like everyone talks about how it totally didn't. So I feel like I got the experience.
Yeah.
And I tried to start playing Arkham City a million times because I was really hyped for it. But every time I play it, something happens where it's just like I'm not having a good time.
I see. I actually recently my brother picked it up on PS3 and then he just finished it, so he gave it to me, so I gotta play that soon. But yeah, so like one of the reasons why Arkham Asylum is so good is because like you could feel that like your enemies actually fear you, you know? You feel like the Batman, like you are.
And they're trying to like sort of intimidate you, but they know that it's not gonna work. It's like, oh shit, it's the Bat. You better not come out here, Batman. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So like, okay, so like in the movie Batman Begins, if you notice during every like sequence in which like Batman enters like a warehouse or like you know, he's like stalking his prey or whatever. If you notice, you actually like for the most part, you never see Batman. The camera's always like with the bad guys.
Yeah, and here's the thing about that. I know what you're gonna go for. People criticize that so much. Like in action scenes, you don't see the Batman, and it's all weird close-up. That is totally a mood setter. If you could see everything that was going on, it would just be like a normal action movie. But it totally makes it feel like, oh man, where the fuck is he? Oh shit, he just killed that dude.
You feel like that. You feel like the bad, like you feel like the villain, you know, which is like not something movies ever do. And I just like I wish they did that in The Dark Knight, but I mean,
but
like,
no, they had those big open shots, like when he's walking with the truck towards Joker, and it's just like wide shot, and like no.
Like I said, it's not a bad movie. Like Dark Knight is so good, but like I just like Batman Begins like has this like little.
I have to say, Peep, if you liked Batman Begins and like Dark Knight a little less, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking love Dark Knight Rises, because I feel the same way. Like I could watch Batman Begin way more times like in a row. Like I feel like I'd always could go back to Batman Begins, but Dark Knight, it feels like it's like I've seen it once, I'll remember everything. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, this happened, yeah. But I feel like with Batman Begins, I always notice something new.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's like, I don't know, it's like darker, it's like more...
It feels like Batman more.
Yeah, I really...
Dark Knight is not a Batman movie, it's a Bruce Wayne and the Joker movie.
Yeah, which was like, that's not bad. It's like, it's a really good movie. It's just like, I mean, it feels like with Batman Begins feels more deep, like more like thought-provoking, I suppose.
There's a lot of bulls.
Yeah. Why are these guys dying?
It's like the running of the bulls. Here they come, man.
What the fuck? They're like juggling me.
Remember when the first ones came out of this and you're like, oh shit!
It's like the game desensitizes you.
It's like, yeah, whatever, a million guys.
Whatever, it's just like 300,000 bulls.
It's just a bunch of bulls. Ah, fuck it.
Why haven't I run out of chain gun ammo? I feel like I've been shooting this forever. Oh right, because there's that back. Done?
Nope. More bulls!
Oh my god.
Sometimes when I'm getting chased by bulls, I pretend they're bulls! Have you ever seen that?
No.
It's from this one YouTube poop, like Hank Gets Steroids, where he started taking steroids for something, and like he started like taking more risks and chances and stuff, and he started going through a second puberty, where he was like really moody and had pimples and stuff. And then, but in the show he says, sometimes when I'm getting chased by dogs, I pretend they're bulls. And so made a YouTube poop where Bill's talking, and I think it's like Hank Gets Roid Rage or something, and he's like, sometimes when I'm getting chased by bulls, I pretend they're bulls. It's so funny.
You'll have to show it to me, link it to me later.
Yeah. I can't think of a better way to spend a Saturday night, you know, playing video games alone in my room. No women.
Yeah. I'm doing the same damn thing.
You know, it's funny, I started saying that, like, legitimately, and then I realized people are gonna be like, oh, pussy, you know. I was like, yeah, I could be, I could be out. But here's the thing, though, like, I go out a lot, and I don't know why people think it's such a special thing, you know what I mean? Usually you end up going somewhere, at least one point during the night, you're somewhere and you're not enjoying where you are. At some point during any night when you're out with people, like at like a normal like bar or like a restaurant or something, there's always one point where I'm like, can we go home now? Like, you know what I mean?
I think that's a Arkansas thing or whatever, because it's fucking awesome.
But like, here's the thing though, like parties, it's mainly parties actually.
Okay.
Ah, just go to bad parties. Oh, so many bad parties. Everybody.
See, like I normally don't go to parties unless I know it's like that's gonna be good. You know what I mean?
Like, cause I always get invited by people who know me, but then all the people they know aren't people who I know.
Oh, so it's like weird.
So I'm the only person that they know, but they're the host usually. I mean, obviously, because if I'm getting invited to a party, it's probably by the person who started the party, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm getting invited, and then I get there, and it's like the only person I know, but I can't like fucking just hang out with them because they're the host.
Yeah.
There's a song called SOS that by Liam Lynch that expresses my feelings about parties, like when you go to one of those types of parties. Because I've been to good parties, but they're few and far between. I should probably be more picky about which parties I go to. Because what ends up happening is I'll get invited to a party and then I'll be home and stuff, and I'll be like, why aren't I out? I have the opportunity to be out. And it's just like a societal thing where I feel like I'm like a loser if I'm not out on a party. You know what I mean? And it's totally bullshit, but it's just like
it's just like good to get out of your house, you know, if you're there like all day. You know, it's just like it's like refreshing, different like place to be. That's how I like think about it. It's just like, well, I'm here for like 20 hours, not 20 hours. Like you're in a
well, no, you're there for 20 hours because you're sleeping.
I guess so. But it's like, okay, I'm at school, like so like my school day is like 6-7 hours, but I'm usually there for like 10 hours because I do shit after school, like school activities.
He has newspaper.
Yeah.
And I defy you to figure out what school he goes to and what newspaper he edits.
Newspaper, I run the guitar club and whatever.
Oh man, you've literally just narrowed it down.
Well, like if they're gonna figure out what newspaper I'm in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it might have been harder if you hadn't said that. Now anyone could be like, okay, what place has a club called Guitar Club and a newspaper and a guy who is in both of them?
Psh, whatever. Thug life.
420 plays it.
Plays. So.
Anyways, yeah, you're talking about parties.
So like 10 hours like that. So I guess, and then I get home. So
well, it might also have to do with the fact that I commute to like a big city twice a week. And it's a 2.5 hour drive there and back. Well, no, there, and then 2.5 hours back. It's like 5 hours altogether. It's actually not bad, because it gives me a chance to catch on music. Because there's always an album that someone's like, listen to this. And I can't really listen to music just sitting or doing something, you know?
Yeah.
Because I want to focus my attention, and that's what I get out of that. Because it's like forces me. That's why I love like. Okay, I've only been on like one trip where I had to take planes, but that's why I love planes and car rides. Because it gives me an opportunity to catch up on stuff that's like sedentary.
What just happened? You got teleported.